back in More Angel. This is episode 15 of season 1, and I'm really excited to carry on. We're really getting near the end of this first season now, which is very, very exciting. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen now as we continue, and seeing where this new dynamic's going to take us with, you know, Angel and Cordelia and Wesley. What's going to happen next with everything, and where they're heading as we get closer to the end of the season. Last episode, I really enjoyed it. The demon child with no soul, even before he was a demon child. Really enjoyed the twists and turns of that episode. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see where we're going to go next, what's going to happen. So without further ado, let's get right into the next one. Oh shit.
But I find some forms of corruption are more pleasant.
Oh boy.
Ashamed to call you my son.
Oh.
You're about in a scoundrel. You'll never amount to anything more than that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm glad he got a haircut.
Sorry, I guess I'm still having a little trouble with this otherworldly stuff.
Right.
I think that's fair.
No, you don't get to do that.
What?
Kill a demon in front of me and then act like we're gonna have a cappuccino together. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
How does it work?
It will eventually,
I'm
hopefully.
not convinced it does. I'm not your girlfriend.
Yeah, but you can be his friend. Oh shit! That's Darling, isn't it?
Yes, but he forgets every promise he's made when the sun comes up again. That wouldn't really be a problem for me, actually.
For the security system we just had installed, hello, what have we been talking about anyway?
About time we got one of those.
The evil thing. It turns out it wasn't an evil thing.
The evil thing wasn't an evil thing.
Well, it was an evil thing in terms of that word. It just wasn't an evil thing.
There are not evil things.
No. Yeah.
All right, sorry. Hey, anyway, how'd you get
Aw.
in here? It's like the middle of the day. Don't you have to...
Sewer systems.
You're not evil thing was just evil. Okay? Now can't we just...
I mean, she did a lot of research on like vampires and stuff. I feel like she should know there's going to be more to it than just things are evil.
And most people require some period of adjustment after being confronted with the dark forces which surround us. Women in particular, I think,
Found it!
struggle with it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Very few things can. Sure.
Oh,
I'm trying to protect your daughter.
Protect my daughter. From what?
From finding out the reason that you were there today wasn't because you cared about her.
oh,
You got any kids, Angel?
We'll meet again.
Defy me now, you won't. As
don't
long as
know
I
where, don't know when.
It's a son I wished for. A man. Instead, God gave me you, a terrible disappointment.
Disappointment.
All
More
right.
dutiful son you couldn't have asked for. Me, and I've lived down to your every expectation now, haven't I?
That's madness.
No.
Madness.
It is that I couldn't fail enough.
I was never in your way, boy.
Well,
If you go causing trouble, you're sure to find it.
oh, lots of troubled relationships with fathers.
You been good?
Is he trying to check up on Angel?
Yeah, good.
And, how's Angel?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Oh, she just thinks he's really starting to care.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
You can get a job.
Yeah, he's a PI.
Private investigator.
That's what PI stands for.
Yeah, he's good. Very good. And he doesn't mind working nights.
Yeah.
That's good.
Then what's this all about?
Nothing. It's just,
Some shady business.
Confirms it. This is most certainly a quite unique.
So the species has evolved,
Oh.
become violent.
No, I don't think so. My test.
Is it troubling that that kind of looks delicious?
So you're saying that the thing was on drugs,
Yes.
and that's why the taxi
Oh,
soap was
okay.
trained. Delivery guy was probably carrying.
What's the point of having it if you never turn it on?
What
I can
the
blame anyone or
fuck?
anything. Move your entrails.
We agreed that I'd use my department connections to facilitate movement of your untariffed auto parts. We didn't agree that I'd be removing evidence from crime scenes or pumping my own
Okay, so he
blood
doesn't
for
completely know what's going on.
Mr. Lockley, we understand. Sure, that would be wise, sir. Lockley appears to be growing uncomfortable with our arrangement
Well.
as it is. The sudden death of this private investigator could turn him.
Kill Lockley too.
Oh shit.
I have to think of everything around here. Someone get me an adrenal gland.
Oh. My funeral. I'm wondering how these flashbacks are like connected to the present day story. Or is he just thinking about his past? I don't know. She timed that well. Uh-oh.
What have you done? Grave robbers!
Technically, I guess. Also technically not. Sorry, pal. Nice hat.
My kingdom come, thy will be done. Give us this day our death.
Okay, but at least let him finish. Am I doing good?
Have anyone in the village who will be.
Anyone? I thought I'd take the village.
Oh shit.
A deliberate, cautious approach would be the most sensible plan. Fools rush in.
No, he wants you to stay here.
Yeah.
Hi. I can't let myself ignore your instincts. If you think there's something more going on
That's
here,
true.
then there probably is.
Good.
I appreciate that.
Door is open.
Oh shit. Yeah. Damn. It's strong there. Ooh.
Window is open.
Yeah.
No, come in? What do you
No.
want?
Maybe I'm just used to it now.
I'm taking to terrorizing this
Maybe he's
village
gotten better.
and everyone in his.
But I don't think the Irish accent's too bad.
Unclean thing.
Oh shit. Didn't he like kill his whole family, didn't he?
She thought I returned to her. An angel.
Ooh, I kinda got a few chills then. Shit.
I have made something of myself. After all.
I still don't think he's very proud, though. That's actually kind of terrifying.
Oh, wait. Invite me in. Do it.
Oh,
Son, you really need
do it. Do it. Do it. Oh shit, they're vampires. Oh shit. Holy shit. I can't believe they just did that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, she's really gonna not like demons now. Oh, fuck. I mean, I didn't like the guy, but fuck. Oh, I love this so much. It's so cool.
And calmly, cautiously, and deliberately investigating before rushing in.
That was plan A. We've since moved on to plan B.
Is she rushing in? Fuck.
My father may not have known what you are, but I do. I know.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I see.
I know it won't kill you, but this will.
Oh! Okay.
I told you I knew.
You have no comprehension. You don't understand what stands before you.
Yeah.
Very echoey room, isn't it?
Woman thinks he's a lot scarier than he really is, maybe.
I love it when he uses those.
I'm already dead.
Ooh. Whoa.
Welcome to the club.
Heads will roll.
My father was human. don't know anything about that.
Well, you used to.
Your victory over him took but moments.
Yes?
But his defeat of you will last lifetimes.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
You can't defeat me now.
Nor can he ever approve of you. In this world, or any other.
I feel like Darla had more screen time in this episode than all of season 1 of Buffy. Well, I feel bad for her. I feel like they're not going to be patching things up anytime soon. She felt kind of alone with him anyway, but... parallels to Liam's grave. Ooh. Okay, another really, really good episode. I really liked this one. I do always find it very interesting when we get flashbacks to Angel when he was Liam. And particularly these ones were cool because we kind of really saw like the origins of him, like rising from his grave and killing his family, stuff like that. All that jolly happy stuff. So it's always cool when we get those kind of flashbacks, and you know, we got them on rare occasions in Buffy, but obviously I think Angel will, well, it kind of lends itself to having a lot more of those, given that it's about Angel. So I always like it when they do that, and we get to see a lot of the past with him. And I'm actually, maybe I'm just getting used to the accent, but I think he's getting a lot better at it, if nothing else. So it didn't take me out of any of those sequences like I feel like it has done in the past. That and because, you know, seeing a guy turn to a vampire and then kill his whole family is pretty dark. But I did like getting that insight into, like, particularly with Liam's relationship to his father. And he seemed to be quite eager for that approval. And I really loved Darla's line near the end of the episode. She was like, your victory over him lasted but moments, and his defeat of you will last like several lifetimes or something. I really liked that line. Because I think everyone could kind of understand that yearning to impress the parents and impress all your family really, and kind of be worthy and live up to that name. I certainly feel it, and fail probably. But I did really enjoy that aspect of it, and I do think the flashbacks in episode 11, flowed better, because obviously it was kind of tied into the present day storyline. I think I like it when the flashbacks do that. So in terms of that, it just seemed like, oh, why are these flashbacks happening when this is happening in present day? And I just think I personally prefer it when it kind of blends really nicely, because I think episode 11 did that spectacularly with Hawkeye. But that doesn't take away from how good these were, and I did kind of get what they were trying to do, I think, with this, in terms of showcasing Angel's relationship with his father back in the day, and then we had the big thing with, you know, Kate's father. So there was a link there, and it wasn't like completely disconnected, so I'm fine with how they did it in this episode. So yeah, I loved getting the flashback, seeing Darla show up, and actually like sire him and everything. You know, I think we've seen a few of those sequences, I think, in Becoming, in Buffy, but obviously we got a lot of new stuff as well, which I really did enjoy seeing. I loved really getting to fill in some of those gaps there, and that was really cool. I hope we get to showcase a bit more of at least Liam and Darla's relationship. I don't exactly know when he kind of adopts the name Angel, but I did like that line when he referenced it in the flashback. That kind of gave me chills. I hope we kind of see a bit more of that showcased in the flashbacks, because obviously she was killed off on Buffy very, very quickly. Basically just over halfway through season 1, wasn't she? So we didn't really get to see a lot of her in Buffy, so it would be kind of cool if we get to see a lot more of her in like the flashbacks and stuff in Angel. But who knows? The fact that we even got to see her again older, I think is pretty cool. So I really liked how that she showed up in this one. And those whole flashbacks with like Liam in this kind of not ideal relationship with his father, let's say that, was pretty interesting, and I really liked that. quickly talk about Wesley and Cordelia. I think Wesley was better served in total in terms of getting stuff to do, because obviously he did like the autopsy and shit on that. I was about to say alien, that demon, and that was cool that he kind of did that and everything. Though Cordelia did have a great moment where she was just like cutting the demon's head off, completely unfazed. But yeah, they were kind of background characters in this episode, which is fine. You know, there's a whole season for them to shine, so I don't mind that particularly. And I think the whole thing with the alarm in the office, you didn't need it, but I think that was just there to particularly give Cordelia a bit more to do in the episode. But you could have cut it out; it wouldn't really have affected anything. But I didn't mind it. It had some funny moments. So yeah, those two are great as always, even if they weren't that prominent. I liked the theme of like fathers. This episode I just see is called The Prodigal. It's kind of like Prodigal Son, which I think is very interesting, because that's kind of what Liam wanted to live up to, I think, and be the prodigal son of his father. And he kind of found that satisfaction in himself when he became a vampire and killed his dad. In his own twisted way, I think he lived up to and did what he wanted to do in terms of making his father proud or whatever, in a very kind of twisted, weird way. And then obviously, again, far from ideal relationship between Kate and, I think Trevor was the name of her dad. Rest in peace. And we've kind of seen in Sense and Sensitivity that things aren't, and never will be, very good with them. Because he very much distanced himself from her when her mum died. And, they didn't tie that episode up in a neat bow before. He hadn't really learned much from it. And so that was really cool that they kind of brought him back and readdressed that storyline from episode 6. So that was really cool, because I didn't know if we were ever going to address that again, but I'm glad that they did, and obviously I know why they did now, because they killed him off. But not my favourite character by any means. He's not the most likeable guy. But I am very sad that he died, more so for Kate than anything else. So the whole plot with like the drugs, it's an interesting kind of concept. But we've kind of seen like these gangs and mobs of demons and stuff before, like doing drug deals and stuff. I don't think that was particularly like original or genius, whatever. But again, I think a lot of this stuff in like the Buffyverse, it's more about the characters and what it does to them, as opposed to like the actual plot. So the whole thing with like the drugs and all that, I was like, yeah, that's alright. But where it ends the characters and where it puts them now, with Kate being in a very interesting position with not being already not entirely sure about demons and that whole kind of world, but now that they kind of killed her father, I think she's going to be even more against them. So I'm very interested in seeing how that's going to affect her and Angel's relationship going forward, because it was already pretty, pretty rocky. So now I think it's going to be even worse, but I'm very excited to see them kind of explore that and see if they can ever come back from this. I think it might be quite difficult, because even if Kate didn't have the best relationship with her father, she always wanted that, and she wanted the approval of her father, just like Liam did, and that was kind of where that really linked with those two stories in this episode. So now she doesn't have him at all, and she's kind of completely alone in that sense. It's actually very sad. I do feel bad for her, and I was a bit like, but surely you understand that there's going to be more to the demon world than just like things are evil. But again, it's an adjustment period. I would not be coping very well if I saw a demon run past my window there. That would take me a lot of time to get used to, that idea that there are like demons and stuff in the world. So I can kind of forgive all of that, and it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, I've kind of said on record quite often that I actually really like Kate. There's a few people in the comments who don't like her, and that's fine. But I actually quite enjoy her presence on the show. So I'm very interested in seeing where they're going to take this now. This is a very interesting way of changing that relationship up. Possibly, irreparably so. So that was cool. I really liked how that all kind of happened. So yeah, the whole drug mob demon thing, but where it's kind of put the characters, I think is very, very interesting, and therefore makes it worth it in the end. So yeah, I liked the flashbacks. I thought they were really, really cool. I like, you know, what they've done with Kate and Angel kind of relationship, kind of tearing that apart even further. The theme of like fathers and the kids wanting approval of their fathers, stuff like that. Yeah, and it flew by, which is always a sign of a good episode, I think. This was actually a bit shorter. According to this, it was 38 minutes, so it is like 2 or 3 minutes shorter than usual. But even then, it went by a lot quicker. So it's got to be a good episode. That's kind of my first instinct with an episode. Is if it felt like the runtime, then maybe it wasn't as strong. But that one flew by for me, so I must have very much enjoyed it, and I did. I thought it was an excellent episode. Really, really loved it. And yeah, very excited to see where this is going to go now. Because I think one of the biggest things that Angel has built up this season was his relationship with Kate and having an ally in her. So now that has potentially been severed, what's going to happen next, you know? Because he's got a lot of information on some cases and stuff from Kate's help. So is he still going to have that? I don't know, but I'm very, very interested in finding out. It's a very interesting obstacle, I think, for them to face as we head towards the end of the season. Because there might be a big event coming up that he's really going to need Kate's help with, and she's going to be like, I don't want to know. Which could be interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that. I think that's the most interesting takeaway from this episode. Aside from like the really cool flashbacks. So yeah, really good episode. I really liked it. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next. And the next 2 Buffyverse reactions are going to be Angel as well. This whole cycle is 3 Angels. And then I think it's 4 Buffys. So getting quite big chunks of these shows out of the way now. So yeah, get ready for a week chock full of Angel, basically. Yeah, great episode. Absolutely love this one. Probably one of my favourites this season. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But until my next reaction, thanks for watching.